Hello, Chapter Chatters. I'm Rosa.
And I'm Teresa.
Welcome back. Welcome back for another episode. We are so excited you are joining us. Now, today's episode is going to be a combination 2-in-1. This episode is the last two, 6 and 7 together. And we apologize for not being able to get those episodes up and posted as we planned. This was us trying really hard to record and get everything ready. And this was us not being successful. So, sorry, we apologize, but we are back on. First off, after this episode, we have one episode left.
I can't believe that.
How did that happen? Chapter Chatter's time has just flown by for us. So, since we last posted an episode, a lot has happened in the book. Sadly, Daisy, the family pet, had to be put down.
Yes, and one of the things that just totally hit close to home as for me was really Daisy. Like the Pullmans, I too am a pet owner, not of one but two.
Oh.
So 2 weeks ago. It pains me emotionally when my dogs do get sick. As a matter of fact, right now they do have the sniffles and cough, and I've never seen that. So it's really, it's overwhelming a little bit.
You were worried for your
Yes,
pets.
yes. And of course, Daisy's life was one classified as a very special one. Daisy was loved by the Pullmans, and she loved them back. They had a unique bond, but more with Augie.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
I feel that. And as Daisy fell ill, Miss Pullman had no other choice but to honestly put Daisy to sleep so she wouldn't suffer anymore. When dogs get older, they tend to get weaker, and you know, certain things happen. Just
The cycle of life.
Yes, that's correct. And so by the moment she was getting like that, there was no other choice. Sadly to say, but Daisy did live a good life with the Pullmans. I'll never forget when Miss Pullman made this Christmas card.
Oh yeah.
And Daisy was on the cover, and her name, if you guys remember, it's really Darth Daisy. Because just like us, you know, Augie, of course, he was a fan. So
That was nice.
yes.
That was nice. She did live a good life.
Yes, she did.
Daisy did pass as there was conflict between Augie, Mom, and Via. And in real life, you could be in conflict with your family or with someone when something tragic happens. That is more important than the conflict itself. So what do? We realize that conflict happens. We realize that sometimes coming together as a family is more important than being upset. This also applies to you in your friendship. So let's say, you know, there is a conflict between one of you and your friends, and if something were to happen to that friend, something tragic, would you choose to focus on the conflict, or would you help them? And I'm guessing that you would help them. So for week 7, the reading was surprising in a wonderful way to me. Augie has been through so much change since starting 5th grade, and going to camp was especially challenging. Now, if you remember, he had never been away overnight from his family. So he was nervous, but he was excited. Who knows what that feels like? I know I do.
Yeah, I remember going to camp.
Yes, I remember going to camp too. So even grown-ups can feel this way. But he goes to camp, and then the incident happens. And the incident that I'm talking about is a group of kids being mean to someone for something that person can't help. Think about that sentence. That could apply to so many incidents.
Yes, and speaking of incidents, I personally had an experience with one when I attended my elementary school, which was a long time ago. There was a classmate that actually was being bullied by another classmate on a daily basis. And because the classmate that was being bullied didn't speak fluent English. It was very difficult for her to express to our teacher about what was happening in the class and even at times during recess.
Wow.
I told the teacher about the incident that was happening, and even though I too was, I felt intimidated,
I'm sure.
thinking that, that other student would also bully me as well. It could be scary, and but I felt I had to take up that stand and take responsibility to help a classmate. And
That
to
takes
this
courage.
day, yeah, and to this day, I call her friend after 35 years.
Wow.
So it was a long time ago. And as for the other student, she did apologize and also became our friend.
That's
so,
awesome.
we gotta be strong and courageous to turn something negative into a positive.
That is great. That is great. And you know how you say turn that into a positive? So I'm sure that you were surprised. I know I was surprised when Amos and Miles and Henry stepped in.
Oh, yes.
But that's because kindness is surprising sometimes too. It can surprise you.
And we act upon it without even noticing it. It's just
Sometimes
something
it just happens.
is, yeah.
Sometimes it just happens. It's a good thing. So when I look back at everything that Augie has gone through, I am reminded of a quote that I love. So I wanted to show you what that quote is. It's, where there is no struggle, there is no strength.
Yes.
And if you, like Augie, are going through something or went through something already, I hope that you realize that you are stronger when you get to the end of it. So, don't lose hope. If something similar, something bad happens like it did to Augie in the book, you will be stronger at the end of it. So we want to remind you, we still want responses. If you can send in responses, we are going to still take them.
Yes.
We are very, very close now to the very end, but please remember to send your responses in for the weekly drawing. And then we do want to post our winner for week 5. We did have a winner for week 5. His name is Aaron Lynn. We'll send you an email, we'll send your parent an email or the email we have on file to let you know how to claim your prize. And then we will announce our week 6 and week 7 winners together. And we're going to do that at our party, at our movie viewing party. If for some reason you can't make it, then we'll send you an email. But so week 6, 7, and 8 are all going to be announced together. So please watch out for that. That's all for this episode of Chapter Chatters. And remember,
in our club, Chapter Chatters, there's no such thing as
a wrong answer. That's all.
Bye.
Bye.